I have a confession to make, and that confession is that I am completely, utterly, and disgustingly addicted to YouTube, and girl, it's gotta change. I quit my job and I had all of this free time to do so many things, whatever it is that I could possibly want to do, and I realized that I was spending all of that time watching YouTube. And not only that, but I didn't really want to watch YouTube. Like, I wanted to do all of these other things, but it just felt like easier and more comfortable to watch YouTube. And after a while of doing that, like the first week, it was kind of fun. I'm sitting around eating whatever I want to eat and just enjoying watching videos and not having a care in the world. But after a few weeks of that, I was like,
is this really how I want to live my best life? Like, do I really just want to watch videos all day long, all the time, when I'm peeing, when I am laying in bed, before I go to bed, when I wake up in the morning, throughout the day? Like, is this just how my life is now?
I just felt like I was living my life through other people, vicariously through other people on YouTube, and I didn't want to do that. So I started thinking about it, talked it over with my therapist, my favorite person in the world these days, and I realized that when I was at work, I was using YouTube as a coping mechanism because I was very, very unhappy with my job, and I would procrastinate on the things that I was doing at work, so I would just watch YouTube throughout the day. And then at night, I would get all of my work done at the very last minute. And YouTube was a way for me to distract myself from thinking about the hard things, i.e. how much my job sucked. The problem is, when I quit my job, I brought that habit with me. And instead of thinking about the hard things, I just did what was easy and comfortable and mindless, and I continued to watch YouTube videos. So I got fed up. And I decided that I was gonna do a no YouTube week, like one full week without YouTube. I was like, that's no big deal. Like, I could do that. It'll be fine. And I noticed that I was pushing it off. I was like, oh, well, I'll do it next week, or like, I'll do it in a few days from now. And I really didn't want to do it. And then I started doing it, and I realized how much time I spent on YouTube. Like, I knew I was spending a lot of time in my mind on YouTube, but I just didn't fully realize how much. Like, all of these practical everyday things I do that I need YouTube for, because it helps me get through doing them. So I'm just standing here making my breakfast, and I had the thought. I thought, I want to go watch some YouTube. Which is bad. I literally just woke up like an hour ago, and I've already thought about watching YouTube at least 3 times. When I first woke up and rolled out of bed, when I went to the bathroom, and now that I'm making breakfast. It's a problem. It's a real problem. Less than 5 minutes later, and I am once again thinking about YouTube, because I'd like to watch it over my breakfast. I like to eat my breakfast and watch a video, but I'm not going to do that, because that is never one video. It always turns into the whole day. So, wish me luck. And it's not healthy. Like, the way that I'm using it is not healthy. It's not like a good addition to my life. It doesn't feel good to me. It feels like a crutch. It feels like a way to distract myself. So I did my no YouTube week, and the first thing that I noticed is that I watch YouTube every morning when I wake up. There's this period of time between when I wake up and when I get out of bed where I really want to do something mindless to just kind of help me wake up, and YouTube is really good at that. And it would be fine if I only watched one video and that was it, but what I find is that I start with one video, and then 5 videos later I'm still watching YouTube. And sometimes it's so bad that I'll lay in bed for hours. I mean 2, 3, 4 hours. It's actually kind of ridiculous. And I find that when I start my day like that, I am setting the tone for the rest of the day. So basically everything I do for the rest of the day is filled with YouTube.
So I just woke up and I want to do something really mindless. I want to just like watch a YouTube video for a little while I'm waking up. This is obviously a pattern, but you know, I don't want to do that. Logical me says that's not a good idea, so I'm going to try doing Duolingo. That's one thing that I wanted to do more of. I already speak Spanish and I speak some Portuguese, but I'd like to continue practicing them. And I think eventually I might want to learn another language, like maybe French or something else, Chinese, I don't know. So, yeah, I'm gonna do Duolingo for like 10 minutes or something and then get out of bed and start my day.
One of the problems with that is that when I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm just not very good at multitasking. I've always been one of those people that, like, if I'm talking to someone and the TV is on, I'm watching the TV, I'm not watching them. And the same thing goes for myself. If I'm trying to do something for myself and a YouTube video is playing, girl, I ain't paying attention. I used to lie to myself and tell myself, like, oh, I could have this YouTube video playing in the background while I'm working and like still do my work. Nope, that is not me. Imagine this. I wake up in the morning, I watch YouTube videos for a few hours, then I go to the bathroom while I'm getting ready in the morning, I watch YouTube videos again, then I make breakfast while I'm watching YouTube videos, then I sit down on the couch and eat my breakfast while I'm watching YouTube videos, and suddenly it's like not even breakfast time anymore. It is now mid-afternoon and it has taken me 3 times as long to get anything done than I normally would have, and I am just like mindlessly watching YouTube. I finally realized that this was an actual problem when I got to the point where I was going to open the YouTube app and not having anything to watch, and I was like searching for something to watch. I was hunting something down because even though I ran out of things to watch or nothing looked good to me, I started watching videos that didn't really appeal to me just to fill up that time because I was like so afraid of sitting with myself, I guess, and like these feelings and emotions are like so afraid of having silence in the background or whatever it is that I was feeling. I don't know. I'm still working through that. It's a process. We're learning every day. But the first few days of this no YouTube week were actually really hard for me, and I was surprised.
So I'm pretty sleepy right now. I haven't done a ton today, just like cleaned up and put some things away, did some organizing. But I have not used any sort of like entertainment or anything, just listened to music all day long. But of course, now that I'm laying down and I'm kind of tired but not really ready to sleep, I want to unwind a little bit. I want to watch something on TV, watch a video or something. So, I don't know, part of me wants to quit already, and I'm like, geez, it's only the first day. But I do feel good about myself that I haven't watched anything all day long. I think that might be a better solution for me after this challenge is over, is to not cut it out entirely, but just like limit it to a certain part of the day. Like no mindless entertainment in the morning. Only mindless entertainment between the hours of like 7 and 9 or something. I would like to say only mindless entertainment while I'm eating, but I'll be like, oh, I'll just watch one YouTube video or like one episode of a show, and then I'll sit there and like 5 hours have passed. So yeah, that's not gonna work. This is interesting. I really feel like an addict, man. This is a problem. Jeez. Oh, and I keep scrolling through my phone, just like trying to find something to occupy my mind that I can just do without really any effort. So I keep looking for notifications or something to pop up, and of course nothing is popping up. So it's weird. I'm like sabotaging myself almost. But I just really don't want to do anything. So maybe I need to go to sleep early. It's only 7:30 though. I don't want to go to sleep now and then I'll wake up in the middle of the night and not be able to sleep. I think the part of the problem is that I'm cold too. I just want to hibernate all winter. Just like cuddle under a blanket and eat food and not move. But that's not good. And that feels good for like a day or a couple of hours, and then after you do that for weeks on end, it doesn't feel good anymore. I just woke up and I'm sleepy, and all I want to do is just like scroll or watch a video or something to kind of like wake myself up, and I can't. I even almost gave in. My friend sent me this video to watch and he was like, oh, I think you'll really like the message of this video, and I opened it up and then I realized I had reached my limit for the day because I don't have a limit. My phone blocked me and I was like, yeah, that probably breaks the rules. So it's weird, like I'm so tired because I stayed up really late last night. I'm trying to get up earlier and fix my sleep schedule and not like be staying up until 5 a.m. and then waking up at like 12. But when I wake up early, it's like harder for me to get out of bed faster. Or when I wake up early and I don't have enough sleep, it's harder for me to get out of bed faster. So all I want to do is just like lay in bed and loaf. But the thing is, like, when I lay in bed and I watch videos in the morning, which I pretty much do every morning, or scroll or whatever, it's not just like one video, it's not like 10 minutes. It always ends up being like an hour or two, and that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. So it's for the best. But even like as I'm saying that, I don't really want to do it. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait for another week when I go back to watching YouTube and mindlessly scrolling, because I am actually addicted. Oh my god. On the plus side, there are kittens all around me, and I'm so happy. You're the best. I love you so much. I love you too, even though you're licking your butt.
I thought it would be no big deal to not worry about watching YouTube. I mean, I don't use Instagram anymore because I was having a similar issue, and I didn't have a problem cutting Instagram out, but with YouTube it was different. So anyways, I really struggled, and there are a couple of things that I noticed throughout my week that made not watching YouTube very hard. One being that all of my friends use YouTube, so they would send me a video and like want to share that with me, but I was like trying not to open the app because opening one video for me leads to another, and I couldn't really engage with them in that. So I would say something like, well, why don't we watch that together later on when you get home, or something like that. But because it's COVID, with friends who you don't live with or, you know, can see outside or see safely or whatever, you can't really do that. So I just like wasn't responding to text messages about videos for that week, which kind of sucked.
Well, no, I mean, this is video of it happening.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the future.
No, but that's like the whole process, which is pretty crazy, like way of delivering it.
Why did they do this?
So it's hovering, so now it's gonna drop the lander.
Oh, this is more video?
Yeah, so that's the thing, like, see how like stable it is though? It's pretty crazy that like they're like hovering this like thing and that thing weighs like, it's like the size of a truck. Or a car.
Oh, this looks very chaotic. Oh my god, it's...
Safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of past life.
Everyone's got their masks on. All the nerds at NASA living their best life.
And the rover also comes with a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
It has a little mini helicopter, so it's gonna be able to fly around and like get aerials. It's cool.
Cool. So we're gonna, Elon is coming for you.
Yeah.
Mars. That was Mars, right?
Yes.
I swear to God, I took astronomy.
The other thing is that a lot of the time I was spending with the newfound time I had, because I wasn't doing YouTube, I was doing my like hobbies or learning new things. And a lot of the ways to learn new things are on YouTube. So there were a couple of times where I was like trying to learn more about video editing or photography, or I was doing some sort of craft or something and I wanted to look up a video on YouTube, but I couldn't because of this no YouTube week.
I just woke up, basically, and there's already a problem. I normally watch my yoga on YouTube, so I like follow a tutorial or a yoga video that somebody posted online, and I have a playlist that I just kind of pick and choose from depending on my mood. But YouTube is one of my biggest issues when it comes to mindless consumption of media and social media. So I have a bit of a conundrum. I don't know if I want to open YouTube and play this yoga video, because if I do, I might fall into the pit, the YouTube hole, and want to watch a whole bunch of videos.
Okay, so I think I found a solution. I'm feeling very proud of myself. I just bookmarked my yoga playlist, and now I can just click into it and all the videos will be here. I don't have to open the app. I don't have to go to the home page and see all the recommended videos. I can just open a video, watch it, and then be done. So I'm gonna do this yoga for anxiety video because I have some anxiety today about, I have anxiety about not using my phone. It's just so dumb, but I really do. So let's do some yoga.
Sweet, lovely little practice for when you're feeling anxiety. We've all been there. It's very natural in this crazy world we live in to be met with feelings of anxiousness, even feeling down, blue, nervous, fear. So I find the tools of yoga, especially at home, little doses of
I'm going on YouTube, y'all. I'm editing my video that I'm trying to upload today, and it's taking me a lot longer than I thought it would, so good lord. And I have to put a clip into my video of a channel that I'm recommending. So I am going on YouTube, but I'm not gonna get sucked in, I swear. This challenge is like so much harder than I thought. I thought I could just like completely avoid any YouTube or social media for the entire week, but I'm finding that there are lots of little things that I need to do that involve social media and don't necessarily involve me like getting absorbed by them, but would normally kind of bring me in and get me distracted. So here we go. Unnatural pregnancy. Alright, I think I got it. Now I'm exiting out, and yeah, we're good. And then of course there were just like basic things, like there are a couple of creators whose content I actually really enjoy and want to watch regularly that I was missing out on. There were some like news things, some things that were happening in the vegan community that I missed out on because I wasn't watching the videos, but like those were less important.
Wow, this is a cute look. I just got out of the shower and I'm laying down to bed. While I was in the shower, I was letting my mind wander, and it just immediately thought like, oh, I really want to watch a YouTube video before I go to bed, specifically one of Isabel Page, I think is that her name?
It's something, I'm pretty sure it's Isabel Page, one of her videos. They're like really calm and relaxing, and I don't know, I've just really been loving them lately. But, you know, I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I thought, well, I'll read a book, and usually I read ebooks on my phone, but I do want to get myself off my phone before I go to bed. So, even though I'm filming this clip right now. So, I am going to grab a paperback book. I have a whole bunch of paperback books on my shelf that I have been holding on to and trying to read, but I haven't gotten to it yet. So I have a couple above me right there. I am going to pull one down and I'm going to read it for a few minutes before I go to sleep. And yeah, continue to not overconsume and use my phone and all of these social media apps that just take over your life, you know? They just take over your life and make you use them, make you want to use them over and over and over again, to the point where they're not even useful tools anymore. They are just using you. But it's really ironic because they are tools in a lot of ways. It's only been 2 days, and there have already been a whole bunch of times when I have needed to use these apps as tools, like specifically YouTube. I was planning out my wardrobe, which is something that I enjoy doing, like organizing it and getting everything in order. And I was thinking about next winter and how I'm gonna be needing a new pair of winter boots. And so I was looking up reviews of this one pair of shoes that I saw, and then I wanted to watch this video review of them, but it was on YouTube. So I watched it anyway, and then I immediately clicked out because I felt like it was an exception because I was using YouTube as a tool. It can be useful, but then it just gets really out of control. My friend was showing me like the whole like Mars expedition thing that was on YouTube. And my boyfriend sent me a video that he thought I would like, but I decided not to watch it because I didn't want to get pulled in, and I asked him if we could watch it together instead, and that way it's like more of an intentional thing that we're using to spend time together instead of me like getting potentially sucked in. Oh, Reddit. Yeah, I wanted to ask a question on Reddit, like make a post on Reddit, but I decided not to because Reddit can really suck me in, even though it can be really useful as a forum to like get your questions answered and stuff. So yeah, it's only been 2 days, and it's already been pretty challenging to live my life without these apps because they are useful tools for a lot of things, but at the same time, their utility ends when they become a crutch that you need to just occupy your time. And that's what I was finding before this experiment, that I was just using these apps to fill my time, any sort of dead, wasted time. And then I was creating more dead, wasted time by overusing the apps. And I really wasn't even using them as tools. I was just using them as band-aids for a bigger problem, which is avoiding the things that I don't want to do. Anyways, long rant. I'm going to read my book now, cuddle with my gordita, and then I'm going to go to bed. It was mostly just a challenge to find other things to do. And like, one thing I noticed is that my friends and I watch a lot of TV together and YouTube together.
This week we've heard the contention of UFO researchers that there's a secret government within our government.
Well, there's several, actually 9 flying saucers, flying discs that are out there of extraterrestrial origin.
My friends were very respectful of me not wanting to watch those things. And I like had this rule. I didn't mind watching something together as long as we did it intentionally. And sometimes what we do is we just like sit down and watch trash TV for like hours, like 6 hours. We just like mindlessly watch it together. And I didn't want to do that. So I did watch like a couple of movies and I think maybe even a show or two with some of my roommates throughout the week, but it was a lot less than I normally would. And there was even one time where one of my roommates wanted to watch trash TV together. And she was the one who was like, oh, you're doing your no YouTube week. Let's do something else instead. And we played a game.
So I just finished up playing Monopoly with my roommate. So such a fun game.
We actually had so much more fun playing the game together than we would have had watching TV. So I was just really happy with that moment. It was one of those like special moments in life that like makes life worth living. You know, I'm trying to incorporate more of those in my life these days. So I did let myself listen to music. And that was really fun, like rediscovering how much I love music, because I really do enjoy music a lot, and it can really set myself up for success. Like it can really alter my mood and make me feel a different way just listening to the right song. So that was really fun. I spent a lot more time outside, which was good.
So I'm in the car. I'm with my roommate. She's going to the store. And she went inside to grab something from the store, and I'm sitting in the car by myself. And my first instinct is to grab my phone and put on a video, like entertain myself and my suffering. But I'm not. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna eat my food, and it's fine. So I'm still running errands with my friend. And I am once again stuck in the car with nothing to do, and I'm actually really tired. And I kind of want to do something mindless and relaxing. So normally I would open YouTube and just like chill and watch a video, but I am not going to. Instead, I'm going to take Macy for a walk. Yes, you. Macy Lou. And it's kind of chilly outside, so maybe that will invigorate me and wake me up a little bit. We were back home like a half hour ago, and at first I wasn't going to come with my friend on this errand. I was just going to chill at home while she went out and did what she needed to do. And when I thought that I was going to stay at home, I was once again tired, and I would just like really wanted to just lay down and watch TV and just relax. And my friend was giving me like all these different options of things I could do. She was like, well, you could, you know, write in your bullet journal, you could paint, you could knit, you could try doing your makeup, you could do your hair, like all these other things that we enjoy doing. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do any of those. I just want to lay down. She was like, well, you could do that too. And I was like, well, I don't want to lay down. I want to watch TV. Like, I just want to be a trash human being, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take this little lady, take you on a walk. You ready to go? You ready to go on a walk? I don't know where we are. It's kind of scary. I'm gonna take you on a walk anyway. Alright, what's wrong? Why does your head look like that? Okay. Here we go, friends. Let's go. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know where we're going.
I was doing yoga every morning, also good. I had more time because I was spending less time watching YouTube and less time procrastinating and like really dragging out my essential daily task. I had more time to do the things that I wanted to do, and that was nice. That was really nice. And just overall, even though the beginning of my no YouTube, no consumption of mindless media week was really challenging, by the end of it, I was really happy with where it was. And I knew that this is something that I wanted to continue to incorporate into my lifestyle. And yet, I didn't do it. The Monday following my no YouTube week, I immediately started watching YouTube again and like consuming things mindlessly. And then the Tuesday I did it again. And then Wednesday I did it again. And then by Wednesday I was like, okay, that's not all right. And I went back to what I was doing before. And then it just like, basically I went back to regular. Like there were a couple of days where I was doing a bit better and like, you know, maybe half the day I was watching YouTube as opposed to the full day. But like, let's be honest, basically I have just gone back to the way things were before. So what I'm gonna try now is only watching YouTube after 5 o'clock at night. Like not starting my day with it, not using it throughout the day, using more like audiobooks, podcasts, things that I can listen to, music, but I can listen to something and have no problem like multitasking or doing other stuff. In fact, it oftentimes makes me feel more productive to listen and do things at the same time. But when I'm watching something, that's really where things get difficult for me. So incorporating more of those media types throughout my day, and then only using YouTube at night, like as a way to wind down, and also not using it directly before I go to bed, which has like really been a struggle. And now I want to take a shower. It's pretty late. I'm like ready to go to sleep, ready to wrap up for the night. It's like 1:30 or something. But I went to go take a shower, or like I sat down on the couch when she went to bed, and then I immediately just wanted to like chill and scroll through my phone for a little while. And I think what I'm noticing is that I'm scrolling when I want to procrastinate. So I'm like not 100% ready to get in the shower. That kind of feels like a lot of effort for me. So I was like, oh, you know, I'll just scroll through Reddit for a little while. But no, there is no scrolling allowed. So I am not scrolling through Reddit. I just have to immediately get in the shower. And also can't watch any YouTube videos or anything while I'm in the shower. So I can listen to my audiobook or music or nothing. Yeah. What's today, Tuesday? Day 2, going well. Already messed up a couple times, but we're making it through. It's fine. Everything is fine. I actually didn't watch any YouTube before I went to bed, and I started reading books instead, which was really nice. And I think I would actually like to continue to incorporate that into my routine, but I'm just finding it so difficult to do that because I'm addicted, y'all. I am like basically actually addicted to YouTube, and it's really a problem. So yeah, that's where things are at. When I first came up with the idea to do this video, I wanted it to be like this great success story. You know, like, all right, I'm gonna do this no YouTube thing, and then I'm gonna come out of it on the other end with like a new routine, better habits, and then I'm gonna be able to share that with people and hopefully inspire them to do the same thing if they are having issues with YouTube in the same way that I am. And what do you know? I'm not perfect, and I failed at this experiment, and I want to share that too. So yeah, this is my experience not watching YouTube for a full week. This is my experience continuing to consume YouTube and other media types mindlessly after doing that experiment. And this is my effort to try to get myself to choose things that are better for me in the long run, even though they don't feel like that in the short run. My therapist likens it to eating junk food, which, girl, I used to have a real big problem with that too, so this makes a lot of sense. I'm just replacing one thing with another. Basically, she was like, your parents growing up, they tell you not to eat junk food. You know, they dictate what you should and should not eat, and like you hate it, and then you become an adult and you have all this freedom, and then suddenly you start eating a lot of junk food. And junk food feels good to eat at first, but after a while of eating it all the time, you realize that it doesn't make you feel good. So you stop eating junk food, or you try to incorporate healthier habits in your life. And YouTube is my junk food, unfortunately. It just is. So I guess I will update you guys as time passes. If you're struggling with managing your time and mindlessly consuming social media, drop your experience in the comments below. I think this is probably something that a lot of people are struggling with, but not something that a lot of people are talking about. Specifically surrounding YouTube, I think a lot of people talk about consuming social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, but YouTube feels like a safer space for some reason, and for me it's just like not a good habit to have. So I am hoping to kick this one in the bucket, find a better way to control it so that I am actually feeling better about what I'm doing, and hopefully spending more time doing things that make me feel good in the long term, as opposed to getting that short term adrenaline rush or like sense of satisfaction because I am watching a very entertaining video, but then immediately needing another one to make me happy. And no, I can't rely on other things to make me happy. I need to make myself happy, and I think the way to do that is by controlling my YouTube consumption. I'll let you know how things go, and thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one.